In this video, we are going to see how we can do a CRUD operation on any API. And to understand this, we'll also go through the different kind of network request we can make using Fetch. And to do that, we are going to take a look at this repo with the name Basic To Do API. So this is a basic simple to do API that can be used to do GET request, POST request, update, and delete request on a to-do list. So what it does is, using this URL, you can get access to a collection of to-dos. You can create or add a new to-do. You can update the to-do by using put, and you can delete the to-do. And combining all of this, it means you can do the CRUD operation. CRUD means create, read, update, and delete. So let's see how we can use this. So this is our base URL. So if you go on to this URL, when you refresh it here, you will see that you get access to a collection of to-dos, that in the form of an array. And each to-do consists of multiple informations like is completed, ID, title, created at, and updated at. So whenever we want to get access to any information from an API or URL, we use fetch to do that. So we write fetch in something like this way. So we say fetch, I want to fetch base URL. And whenever you fetch that data, you're going to give me response, and I need to convert the response into JSON. And after converting that response into JSON, what we can do, we can just get access to all the to-dos and we can log it. So we can just say console.log. Now, what happens when you refresh that page? So here I can refresh this page, and what we will get is we'll get access to an object. That object will have a key of to-dos and number of to-dos. Key of to-dos will have a collection of to-dos. And the total number of to-dos here is 5. So even if you refresh it here, you'll see that it has total number of to-dos is 5. So this kind of request is known as GET request. The fetch function by default does GET request. There is also other kind of requests like post, update, delete, right? So how we can use that? So to use it, we will be using the same function, that is fetch. The only difference between these two would be that when you're calling fetch like this, you will have to pass a second argument to fetch. So till now, we used to send only one argument to fetch function, and the first argument used to be the URL. Here, we are going to send two arguments. The first argument is going to be URL, and second argument is going to be an object with multiple properties. And the properties we are sending here is method, headers, and body. So based on these three, we will be able to change the different kind of operation we can do on any API. So the first thing is method. Method conveys that what kind of request we want to make. Is it GET request? Is it POST request, PUT request, or delete request? GET means you are trying to get information from there. POST means you are trying to add something. PUT means you're trying to update the information that is already present there. And delete means you want to delete specific information. The next property that we need to pass is headers. Headers contains information that you're sending with the request. So you're saying the request that I'm sending is a type of post. It means I need to add some information. And the information I'm sending is in the form of JSON. So here we are trying to give extra information about the request using headers. Then comes body. So body contains the information that you're sending. So here we are sending an information data, but using JSON.stringify, we are converting it into a valid JSON. Because in JSON, you need to have double quote around keys. So when you use JSON.stringify, it does that for you. So that is the reason you're saying JSON.stringify, I'm sending data to the key body. So this is how you make a post request. And what kind of data you'd want to send. So for that, we can just go through the API to understand it. So this one is a GET request because fetch by default does GET request. Moving on to next is a type of post. So whenever you're doing request of type post, all you're trying to do is to add a new to-do list. So that you can do it here. So I can just be like, let data is going to be an object, and that object is going to have a key to do, and it will contain all the information of that specific to do that we want to add. So you want to add a new to do with the title drink water, and is completed property of that to do is going to be false. So this is the data I want to add. So right now, if you try to take a look at it, you'll refresh it, you'll see that the total number of to dos we have is 5. But what happens when we refresh this page? So here it says URL is not defined is because here we are not passing the base URL. So we'll say base URL, refresh it again, it will go make request. And now if you go ahead, refresh this page, you will see that the number of to-dos you have is 6 now. So the to-do that you added, that is drink water, got added at the end, right? So this kind of request is post request, and post request is used for adding new information to the API. Going forward, we can also do put request. So for put request, all you need to do is to change this type of method, that is put. But here if you look at the information, you'll see you also need to do put request on this specific URL. So it is /API/to-do and the ID of any specific to-do. Why? Because whenever you are updating any to-do list, you are just updating any specific to-do. Say for example, I want to update this play guitar and piano to just play guitar. So for that, we will have to make a put request on this URL, that is /API/to-do, and then we'll add /ID. So when we are doing put request, we'll just add some extra information and we'll say, so this is the ID that I want to make a put request on. So base URL at the end doesn't have a slash, so we can just put it here. So it means that we are making a request on /API/to-do/ID. And what I want to do, I want to update this specific to do with some other information. So this one has play guitar and piano, but I want to make it play guitar. So I'll change the data that we want to update, and we'll also add an emoji. And we don't want to update the is completed property, so I'm just going to delete that. And here, as soon as we refresh this page, what will happen is this request will be made, and what we can see it here when we refresh this page is now it is just play guitar. Why? Because we made a put request on this URL of specific ID and we updated the information to play guitar. You can also update the information of is completed. Similarly, after making put request, we can also do delete request. And delete request is similar to put, that you specifically delete one item or you update one specific item. So here we can just say API/to-do/ID. So I want to delete this specific ID. So for that, we don't have to send any information. So we'll delete this part, we'll delete this data. And here all we are saying is go to base URL of this specific ID and I want to delete this. So we will make a request of type delete, and here once we refresh this page, we have 6 to-dos, and once we refresh the page, you will see that you have only 5 to-dos. Can you see it here? The guitar one is gone because we deleted it. So here in this way, we got to learn that using fetch, not only we can make GET request on any API or URL, we can also do things like post, put, and delete. Using post, we are able to add some information. Using put, we are able to update the information, and using delete, we are able to delete the information. So you will be using all these get, post, put, and delete to create a to-do application based on this URL. So go ahead, try to read this documentation properly and play around with this. Because in real world project, this is how you're going to read, create, update, and delete on any application. One another thing to notice is, like, sometimes when you're making requests to this URL, you will not find any to-dos here. And don't worry about it. If you don't find any to-dos, go ahead using post request, add some to-dos, and then start creating your application that you have to create in your next exercise.